Hi all, I have yet another amazing game of Leela Chess to show you. This is against Zyphos in the Chess.com Blitz Battle 2018. So this is a 5-minute time control with 2-second increment. E4 from Leela. We have the Caro-Kann, C6, D4, D5, knight C3, D takes, knight takes. This is the classical variation. All very well trodden territory here. H4, H6, knight E5, the bishop tucks away on H7, bishop D3, and now here queen takes D4 is a known mistake. For example, knight takes F7 is pretty dangerous. For example, king takes and there's bishop G6 check, winning the queen. So here actually bishop takes D3 is played, queen takes E6, bishop F4. We have check, which uses up the pawn. I mean, it weakens kind of white, commits white playing C3, weakening the D3 square. This can be useful sometimes. Bishop E7. So it's not a total waste of time, that check. It has caused a kind of weakness in white's camp. Queen E2. Knight BD7, and white castles queenside. There is a stem game in Chess-Based Live Book with H5 that happened in Stambulian against Azrian in Krasnodar 1998, and that eventually ended in a win for black. So anyway, white castles queenside in this game, black castles kingside, king B1, queen A5, knight takes D7, knight takes D7, now knight E4, which makes way for using this G-pawn. Yeah, this could be a battering ram for black's king over here. Queen F5, the bishop drops back, it was attacked, queen G6, and now H5, queen H7, so maintaining the pin on the knight for the moment. Unpinning with king A1, knight F6, knight takes, bishop takes, and now finally G4. Things are looking a little bit dangerous. Zyphos's queen looks a little bit awkward over here. Rook D8, AD8, F4, Rook D5, which does, for the moment, parry white from playing G5. A3, we have bishop D8, Rook HG1, King H8, Rook G3, bishop C7. So there's a kind of pin on this pawn for the moment, an inconvenience. The rook steps back away, unpinning. F4, bishop D8, and now doubling. A5, and now here G5. Queen F5, Rook G3. Now Rook G3 here with a vengeance. It's more difficult for black to play bishop C7 now. Because, for example, if bishop C7, G takes is very strong with bishop E3. This is a very, very strong position for white, with ideas of, say, queen G2 here, and then rook G7, and this kind of thing is extremely dangerous for black generally. Big advantage for white. So we have, pardon me, we have bishop E7, and now queen G2, so trebling, a lot of power here, the alignment, tower of power. Rook D8, Rook E3, Queen H7, G6. Yes, this looks visually absolutely crushing. This is incredible. Zyphos being kind of spatially crushed like this. Queen G8 is played. On FG, HG, this position is very dangerous. In fact, well, totally losing after rook takes H6 check, G7 check, Queen G6 checkmate. So black is being really pushed back. F5, we have bishop G5, but now F takes E is possible. Yeah, if bishop takes E3, then this wins material for white. Absolutely winning material, winning position. So F takes E leaves a weak pawn now on E6. Rook E5, bishop takes, rook F5. We have rook C E1, Rook df8. a4, fixing down black's pawns. Rook f2, queen g4, targeting e6 again. That's shielded for a moment. Queen e2. Rook f5. Queen c4. This way to attack the e6 pawn now. It's protected. King a2. Rook b8. And now swapping off a pair of rooks. Rook d8. And now the king actually comes cheekily to a3 in this position. Queen e8. Queen c4. Check. King goes to b3 now. Rook e8. And this leaves that pawn hanging, of course, on a5. But what was black doing here to support the pawn on a5? It's a very tricky position. This is a real pressure position. If b6, then rook takes e6, for example. So the rook went to defend at least the centre pawn. The flank pawn is taken, queen c7. Rook e5, locking black down again. Queen d7, a5. King g8, and now king a3. King f8, check. b4, white's making progress. The king steps out of the way for b5 now without any check, potentially. Rook e8, b5. Rook a8. On c takes b here. Then queen takes. Black is really quite fractured and going to be losing more material. That's absolutely. And the rook's protecting the pawn there anyway. And there's things like queen f7 check. So rook a8. We have b6. Rook e8, rook e2, rook f8, queen c4. Black is really just tied down here. Some high level maneuvering now. Infiltrating with queen f7. Coming back. Testing waters. Now a6. The back row is vulnerable here clearly with that form pawn. So can't leave the back rank because of checkmate. So here, which does kind of lend support against b7 as rook takes. But the point is to take on e6. And now, after queen g8 again, yeah, white's winning even more material now. Queen takes c6. So 2 pawns up. And this pawn is absolutely decisive. Well, all the pawns are helping to be really decisive. Check. The king steps to b3, afforded by that d5 earlier, which blunted that diagonal. Check. King a3. Check. Queen d6. So now b8 is supported. So black exchanges off queens into a totally lost rook and pawn ending. And it's not going to last that long here. Rook takes g8 and then b8, queen, check, mate. So this was How to Crush the Caro-Kann by Leela. A fantastic game. If you enjoyed this game video as much as me, then please click the top left box, which should appear shortly. And you can become a member of chessbowl.net to play other YouTubers. You can also check all the analysis of this and other games in advance from the Improve menu, Learn from the Masters, and you click YouTube Order. So check that out. Comments, questions, likes, shares, subscribes, all appreciated. Thanks so much.